At the civil society workshop, we came up with two main ideas. The first one is, the first one is to create or facilitate the creation of a civil society actors network that can help bring the voice of the civil society leaders and success stories to the media and to help those actors to the decision-making circles. Such a network, we want it to be Syrian-driven and Syrian-led. The other idea is a twinning idea where we'll have a group outside Syria mentoring and helping an already existing initiative inside Syria, help it through the institutional ladder, connect it with international organizations that can be held to its work. And we have several projects under that category, for example, twinning certain unions like International Student Union, Emerging Student Union, connecting academics also together and many others.
Building entrepreneurs among Syrian refugees. There was a lot of ideas, but we focused on a few of them. First one is the original Oasis idea, which is funding and supporting the ICT projects. And the other one was to get database from people inside of Syria who had displacement and people who are not actually in refugee camps, because there are also an amount of numbers and they are with a lot of qualifications that we can use. And we also talked about funding small entrepreneurs like the smaller crafts or the Syrian traditional crafts. And last, we talked about a project which Syrian can support Syrians. We have a lot of Syrians outside of Syria. If they just paid a very little amount of money every month, they would be able to be a big sponsor for a lot of useful projects. Also, they can employ people remotely from outside Syria, especially if we're talking about technology projects. So you don't have to be physically there, you can do your work from the home.
How to reach more students and how to reach more children to join the program. First of all, like we're thinking about enrolling teenagers by either helping them financially by like sponsor a child program, or by including job training to teach practical things in addition to the curriculum, so they can use it in order to make some money, which could encourage them to come to the school. And expanding the same idea to other countries, especially Turkey, because of the language barrier. So there are even rich people come join the schools there, and many others.
Following on from that, we talked about engagement, and we just looked at a holistic approach to engaging refugees within education, but mainly just looking at addressing families and communities around the children themselves. So it's not just education within the schools, but I guess education where it continues at home. From that, training locals, rehabilitation, local integration, using local resources, and awareness courses for parents and the community in general.
And we said that we'd create a database of academics and professionals to strengthen and leverage network. And essentially do fundraising, so through adopt a child or sponsor a child, and then build a communication network to keep that momentum going. And finally, approaching companies that are producing products specific to children to be able to help cover expenses for basic staples like books, pens, etc.
We've discussed a potential fund or investment structure that would aim to preserve those businesses and to support them, especially when they are relocating. The idea is very initial. Some thought it's a bit delayed. It's a bit late to propose this proposition. I still believe not. But again, we had a lot of ideas actually that were very interesting. It's an idea that was thrown at the audience to be suggested. They were kindly open to share their views. I think a lot of interesting insights into this were thrown at me, and I have to grab them.